Welcome back to the San Diego Opera Podcast. I'm Nick Revelis, your host, and my guest today is Carmen, the mezzo-soprano Ginger Costa-Jackson. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to
How
be here.
delightful to have you. And you're a debut artist with San Diego Opera?
Yes, this is my first opera here, so I'm really excited.
That's terrific. Tell me, I know that you had history with Gotham Opera, which David Bennett, our general director, ran for a number of years. And you sang first with them, and that's where David discovered you. What was the opera, and what were the circumstances of
We
that?
did El Gato con Botas, and I was El Gato, or the cat. And
It's an opera by Monsalvat.
yes. Beautiful, beautiful Spanish. We actually sang it in Spanish and English, which was amazing, but also, switching your brain from one day in Spanish, the next day in English. But it was so much fun, and it was so beautiful. We had these large puppets, and it was on an off-Broadway theater, and the kids loved it.
Well, it's essentially the story of Puss in Boots, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
What fun!
Yeah.
And you were
The cat.
Gato. How
But I
exciting.
wasn't actually the cat. I was just the cat's voice, because the cat was actually a puppet, about 5 foot tall. So it was this amazing experience of having this puppet with these 3 puppeteers, and I'm looking into the cat's eyes, or just behind him, and giving him his spirit and his voice. But also strange for a singer not to use your hands and being your face. You just wanted to keep it subtle so the kids could just see that cat come to life.
Right. So it was a situation where you cannot embody
The character.
at
No.
all. So here you are in Carmen, which, boy, if there's a role where you have to embody the character, it's certainly Carmen.
Absolutely.
And this is the question I wanted to ask you. I've been thinking about this for days.
Okay.
When you first set foot out of that cigarette factory and onto the plaza in Seville as the character Carmen, what is the first, or what are maybe the initial things that you want the audience to catch, to understand, before you even open your mouth and sing?
Well, I think kind of like a cat, Carmen is there, but she's not asking for your attention. You just give it to her because she's in a state of being. It's not like a dog who's like, I'm going to sing my habanero right now, and I really hope you like it. It's like, I'm going to sing my habanero, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't like it, I don't care. But you're going to watch me do it.
I love that. So there's a certain lack of interest in whether the audience, not the audience in the plaza, not the audience in the theater,
Absolutely.
but whether they pick up on you or not.
Yeah, well, it's not.
That's part of your character.
She has this magnetism without trying to be magnetic. And I think that's kind of the challenge in the role, is not to push your energy forward to try to grab the audience, because for whatever reason you actually repel, it's this yin and yang. So if I push my energy forward, like I want you to look at me, the audience kind of goes like this. But
that's
if
a good
I pull it back
observation,
this
yeah.
way, people are like, oh, what is she doing? What is it's like when you sing that piano, people actually listen more than if you're just loud.
Right.
So it's finding that Carmen energy, which is supposed to be effortless, but it's always those really simple, effortless things that actually are kind of difficult to achieve, because the first thing is habanera is so well known and it's the first thing you're singing, so sometimes your heart's going, and so you have to be like, no. I'm not gonna be like, I want to sing it. You have to just be cool. Just
let
be
it
cool.
happen.
It's just the habanera.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this, but it's gonna be great.
But that's interesting too, because in singing Carmen, you're certainly singing to an audience that knows it well.
Yeah.
I mean, I would dare say that every day of every year since 1875, there's been a performance of Carmen somewhere,
Absolutely.
right? So you're singing to people who know it well, who may know it too well, have seen it too many times. But you're also playing to people who have never seen Carmen,
but who know the music without knowing they know it.
Right. So is that a challenge to make it fresh every time, so that it's not only fresh for the newbie, but it's fresh for somebody like me who's seen it 20 times?
Absolutely. And that's why it's this, You have to not think about that, though. You have to just be in the character, because every day all you're doing is you're presenting these words, and as you're saying these words, they're coming from your gut.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just new to you. You've just thought about them for the first time. What am I going to say? Oh yeah, I'll say this.
Uh-huh.
So it's not Ginger Costa-Jackson who sung Habanera 1,001 times. It's Carmen who's come to the piazza for the first time and has just thought of saying this.
Mm. So it needs to be fresh every night.
Absolutely.
How do you do that? I'm asking a lot of basic questions this year of singers. I'm just saying, like, oh, I asked one singer, how do you breathe? Talk to us about breathing. Let's talk about that.
About living.
How do you make that fresh? Yeah, how do you live the character on stage in the moment?
Yeah, it's also a question about life, like just living life and experiencing each moment,
Mm-hmm.
and being present. And not thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. It's just in each moment being present in life, so you can enjoy it.
I just got a light bulb.
Oh, good.
Because I just finished an 8-week course on mindfulness.
Yes.
At UCSD.
Cool.
Thank you, UCSD. And thank you for all the people who have been working in this rather new field of mindfulness, of being absolutely present
Mm-hmm.
in the here and now, to being focused, of not making judgments,
Mm-hmm.
of getting into your breath.
Yes.
Everything I heard during that course supported what I know as a vocal coach,
Mm-hmm.
and what singers tell me. So you're telling me something similar, that,
Yeah.
that you can't not be in the moment
Yes.
and perform well, right?
Absolutely. It's any role, any aria, no matter how famous or obscure. And it's that letting go of the ego too, where you're not, they talk about this in yoga as well, where you're not judging it. Or even as we're giving this interview, where I'm not thinking, oh, what are the viewers thinking? Or is
Right.
my angle right? Or is it's just, I'm here with Nick Bellis, and this is an amazing opportunity, and just being grateful for each moment and living it and being connected to that moment.
Mhm.
And that's the same gratitude that I bring to, or that I would like to experience as I'm doing the habanera, is I get to be Carmen.
Mm.
I get to sing this amazing, famous opera, and though it's a challenge, it's also this sense of gratitude that this amazing composer, Bizet, who died not knowing how amazing he was,
Yeah, not a clue.
gave us this music, and I get to sing it, and I get to come on this beautiful stage at San Diego Opera with this beautiful production, with this wonderful cast, and just enjoying it, because that's what Carmen does. She
Yeah.
enjoys her life.
Yeah. I've often heard her described as the most honest character in the opera.
Yeah.
And I believe that to be absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells the truth throughout the entire story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even when it's really, really tough for her in Act 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She says to Don José, "I've never lied to you." In Act 4, when he's saying, "Can we still make this work?" And I say, "I've never lied to you," and we can't. But there's actually just one little comma where I would say she is not dishonest, but in the aria duet with Escamillo, she says, "I love you, and if I've loved anyone more than you, may I die." And 9 minutes later, she's dead.
Yeah.
Killed by Don José.
Yeah. And what a brilliant thing that Bizet did. I don't believe that Carmen and Don José ever sing perfect intervals together during the entire show, but she does with Escamillo.
Yeah.
That tiny little duet is just, the voices are aligned absolutely perfectly. It's like Bizet telling us she's found her match.
Yeah.
She's really found her match.
Well, she's found someone who's like her and who isn't going to hold her captive. And that's the whole problem with Don José, is that we don't see this when there's not the large spoken dialogue, but he's very jealous. Who are you looking at? What are you doing? And she says, "You are not my master. I don't want to be told what to do, where to go. You need to, leave me alone," in Act 3.
Yeah.
Because he's oppressive to her, and she doesn't accept that oppression. I don't know, it's such a complicated relationship that they have.
It really
we could talk
is.
about it for
It really
a
is.
long time.
Like, but I'm so excited to see it again. I mean, it's funny, you know, these operas like Bohème, Carmen, Aida, and when you're working in this business on my end, you think, oh God, that's coming again. But then, you know, I meet somebody like you who's singing it and who's so excited about the revelation of this character to an audience, and getting familiar with the music again, and some of the music that isn't as well known. Which is so wonderful. All of Act 3, I think, is so brilliant, as you see and hear in the music Don José falling apart.
Yeah.
And the music itself kind of falls apart. His melodic lines break up, and it's so fascinating. What is your favorite moment in the show?
Act 2, when Don José, I've been playing my castanets, which I actually play castanets.
Oh, cool.
So I love that she's dancing and she's so happy, and she's doing this wonderful dance for Don José, and he says, oh, honey, I have to go. Work is calling. The bugles are sounding. I have to get back to my barracks. And I love that moment of, you need to go back to your barracks.
She turns on a dime.
I love this fiery Latina spirit where she's like, you're going? Fine. Take your crap. Here's your hat. Here's your sword. Get out, little boy. Go back. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm a crazy person, but I love that she's in this moment where she's dancing, then suddenly this rage of just, fine, go. Yeah. And so I kind of love getting mad at my tenor and pushing him around, and then he pushes me on the floor and gets to sing this beautiful flower aria that I have to always pretend not to be too. It's just so beautiful that I fall in love as Ginger Costa-Jackson, but I have to let my Carmen spirit kind of create a veil between me and Robert Watson's voice.
Yeah, well, because that flower song is truly one of the most gorgeous things ever written. It is such a beautiful piece. There's a moment towards the end of it. There's a melodic turn that I think is just one of the most glorious things in all opera, and you're just going to have to come and hear it.
Yes.
I'm not going to sing it for you. and we don't have the money to pay for background music, so that I can just say, well, here it is. So we don't pay royalties here. This is all free. Anyway, I am so excited to meet you, and really excited to see your Carmen, which will be opening in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for spending time with us, and best of everything for the rest of the rehearsals.
Thank you.
And all that. Okay.
Take care.